Gooner Rivals. Oh yes, the debate that has been going through both of our feeble and advanced minds in the gaming community. Everyone has their opinion on Marvel Rivals' choice to sexualize and objectify their characters. Some people claim that it's okay because of the equality between man and woman. Other people say it's just weird. People say it's no big deal and it's not that deep. And today I'm going to be diving into a few of those points, and I hope that you enjoy this video. A little disclaimer, if you don't agree with me, that's perfectly fine. Our morals and ethics are different, and we're all raised in different environments that causes us to develop ideologies that are the core to our being. So if you don't agree with me and say, hey, this shit is stupid, it's no big deal. Have a nice day. Also, this whole thing will be in times two because my viewers don't have that attention span, and that's okay, because neither do I. When it comes to the Gooner content in Marvel Rivals, the biggest question being asked is, why does it matter? Because Marvel Rivals has a PEGI rating in Europe and a T for teen rating in the United States. And if you don't know what that means 12-year-olds can log into this game. And not only is this game like easy access, free to play for kids, but also on that note, it is advertised towards children in sexual formats on even the main pages of Marvel Rivals. They know what they're doing in order to try to capture the attention of adults, while simultaneously probably psychologically damaging children. Now, right here, you're probably like, whoa, this bitch is way too woke. Drax, it's not that deep if kids see some ass and tits. But it actually is. According to acpets.org, in the article, The Impact of Pornography on Children, it can cause a lot of psychological damage to be continuously exposed to lewd content, like some of the skins Marvel Rivals is showing their young audience. Just to name a few, this is not the extent of it because there is way more, but it can affect their self-worth as an individual, it can affect how they value others, it can cause them to maybe look for other adult content online related to these characters, and it also makes them a lot more susceptible to grooming and predators because they think this is normal when it's really not and shouldn't be. Now, there is a huge debate about the talk of sex around minors and all of these things, but when it comes right down to it, you as a stranger online or you as a minor online should not be talking to other strangers, minors or adults, about sexual things because that is weird. Despite how much it's trying to be normalized, that is a bizarre thing. The good thing this problem can be fixed super easily if Marvel Rivals just brings up the rating of their game. Honestly, I think that it might be a little too violent for a 12-year-old anyway, but that's just my opinion. But Drax, they're still going to play with it, and they're still going to do it even if the rating is up higher. But listen, at that point, the responsibility is shifted from the company who advertised it to the parents of the child, and that's a really huge, important step so that we don't normalize the industry advertising this sort of content to minors. Moving on to the actual Guno content that is in Marvel Rivals, there are skins that are coming out, like the new Emma Legendary skin, that is obviously just, oh, ass, tits, send it out, call it a day. It's very lazy in the design, and the color scheme doesn't really go together. It's kind of like they said, well, it'll sell because, her yitties are exposed. It's fine, and they sent it out. Now, things like the swimsuit skins, obviously they put a lot more effort into it, and swimwear is not inherently sexual, so I would say that those are not really Guno bait. That's just swimsuits. And that's at that point you have to realize as an individual that, oh, this isn't an inherently sexual thing. And then that moves on to our next point, Drax. What does it matter if adults want to buy, more lewd skins or lewd content? And to that I say, really nothing. If you're an adult that can understand the difference between fiction and reality, you don't objectify people in real life, and you don't look at the skin inherently sexual and think it's just cute, that's fine. Especially because I know that a lot of people align femininity, unfortunately, with showing more skin, because, that's just been really normalized in both the gaming space and comics and anime and just mostly male-dominated things. And you shouldn't feel guilty for wanting to look pretty in a game as long as you are conscious of your decisions and you're not being a weirdo. And people are also going to say, well, what's wrong with wanting to be, like, sexy and stuff? And honestly, nothing as long as you're an adult and you understand, because a lot of this discussion varies depending on social maturity, mental maturity, obviously if you're an actual adult or not, because the views of this will be really different. If you ask, like, someone who's, like, 25, 18, and 13, they will all be very different responses, and that's very normal. And it's okay that everyone has their opinions that are different as long as they're not harming anyone else. Now, I've seen a lot of people say that the sexualization and objectification of women and men are kind of good in Marvel Rivals because, it shows equality moving forward in the industry or something along those lines. That's really muddy waters to get into, and honestly, I haven't thought about it enough to have a solidified opinion on it. Honestly, my take on that is kind of lukewarm in the aspect of it kind of depends on the individual. The company itself doing it is a little questionable, but again, I'm going back to the fact that that's because this game is rated for 12 and up. So I think it'd be really super different if it was rated a little higher for ages, you know what I mean? Now, at this point, people are probably going to be like, well, you're a little bit of a hypocrite because you spend money on this game that you're criticizing so heavily, and you obviously play it. And to that, I say you can enjoy things and have criticisms about them. And also, Marvel Rivals is not just its Guno content. That is not all it is as a game or as a community, because if it was, I wouldn't be playing it. Me and so many others relate to these characters and love them really with our whole heart. My personal favorite is, like, Bucky. I love Bucky and Spider-Man, and I think they're just wonderful characters, and I love them so much. And I also love Invisible Woman, and I also love Hela. There's just so many characters in this universe that I adore for different reasons. And I'm sure that's why a lot of other people play this game. At the end of the day, right? As long as you are not harming other people, enjoy what you want to enjoy. My only large criticism is that I wish that Marvel Rivals would make the rating a little higher if they're going to continue to produce this content. Genuinely, thank you so much for watching and listening to my silly opinions on this. I actually really want to hear other people's opinions and viewpoints because maybe I'm just, like, missing things. I'm always open to constructive criticism all the time, so please, if you have a different mindset or different thoughts, please express them. I would love to try to understand them. You know what I mean? Y'all have a great day. Drax out.